Welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. Uh, you know, shit that they do. Anyway, I was just calling Pam to check on her to see how the kids were doing. And, she was like, I'm up getting ready to make bacon and eggs, what have you. So I asked, I said, did you buy bacon? No, I don't know why I said that. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyhow, so I'm asking, I said, are the kids up? I don't know. I'm like, what you mean I don't know? She's like, I think one of them is up. I said, what you mean you think one of them is up? You're living in the same apartment with your kids. How you not know who's up and who's not up? Right? But again, this is what she does. Isolate herself from the kids. And she figured by taking them on a little vacation, once or twice a year, that makes up for the lack of parenting. Right? Because again, this is how their mothers raised them, so they do the exact same thing too. Not realizing that it's a programming scheme, right? They're not teaching you anything that is, um, I would say, worthwhile. To be honest, right? That's most of black people in the black community, whether they be young mothers or fathers, because they have been conditioned a certain way, and we don't quite understand it, right? There's a blockage that prevents us from speaking to our children about the truth, right? And it's a blockage that you have to understand. It has been done to us uh, in a multifaceted ways, right? So whether that be, uh, economic warfare, psychological warfare, environmental warfare, covert warfare, cognitive warfare, neurocognitive warfare, and so forth, right? And so, and the white supremacists again, what do they do within the black community? Cause confusion and division, right? This is how you conquer people, okay? And I talked about this yesterday in the use of environmental uh, warfare, lead, and yesterday I was reading an article about fluoride. Okay, and really and truly, the fluoride levels that they have here in the United States that put into our drinking water and our toothpaste is too high. Period. It is way too high. And because we as black people don't have scientists with facilities to do any sort of testing, particularly for what has been done to us, and this is why they keep us out of certain industries, certain types of jobs, certain types of career, because there are if black people were in those career in mass, right, we would be looking out for each other. Okay, so in the field of psychology, in the field of environmental science, in the field of technology, right, in the field of medicine, right, there is from and I can't don't take my word for it, but there is no black-owned pharmaceutical companies, right? There is none. Black psychologists make up only what 6% of all psychologists in the United States, and all psychiatrists in the United States, and we know that within the white psychologists, that group, right, the vast number of them are in the pockets of big pharma. You can go look it up, go Google it. The majority of psychiatrists are in the pocket of big pharma. All right, this is why they'll, particularly for us in the black community, they'll as young people, they'll prescribe us drugs, and those drugs are meant to keep us docile. I was taking antipsychotic drugs, and let me tell you, I was so lethargic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I realized that, even if I was taking this drug, I'm still being targeted. So it's not something that my mind is conjuring up. This was actually happening to me. Okay, and when I started studying this, what they were doing in the field of psychology, right, and psychiatry, and understanding that, yeah, they are expert at psychological manipulation. When I started looking at videos, I remember, when I was finding out about my targeting, and there was a PDF online. It's called the Hidden Evil PDF. Go look it up if you're not a TI. If you're a TI, I'm sure you're pretty much familiar with it, right? It's called The Hidden Evil by Mark Rich, And this PDF talks about exactly everything that I was going through, and other TIs were going through. And the thing that hit me, right, when I saw the word behavior modification and neuro linguistic programming, particularly behavior modification, and I remember seeing that in the hospital. And then I went to look up neuro linguistic programming, okay, and realized that, yeah, that was being done. The creation of anchors and triggers to cause phobia. You know, it's like with anything, it can be can be used for good, but it also can be used for uh, evil means and evil reasons. Okay, so Doc NLP, as a matter of fact, and when I posted a video on Facebook about Doc NLP, the Doc tribes, their personality types, right? It exposed those people, the elites, their dark personalities, and they took the video down. They literally took the video down because they don't like, you see, they like to give people diagnosis, right? But when you start to understand their personality, look at the police. They're a perfect example, right? Look at the culture within the police department: corruption, narcissism, right? Liars. You see and here's the thing: there's videos on it every single day. You see police lying. They're lying. They make up their own rules, right? Instead of obeying the law, they'll change it. You know, hey, I don't believe that this is a civil, uh, uh, um, um, uh, a civil issue. It's a criminal issue. But yeah, but your law states that it's a civil issue. So how are you gonna turn it into a criminal issue? So they even ignore the law they're supposed to be upholding. Okay, they'll change it. You see it all the time. They always, always, oh, you're impeding my investigation. What investigation? It's a traffic stop. But every officer in the uniform think that they're damn detectives, right? Everything is about, oh, you're impeding my investigation when you are exposing their lies. So the culture in the predator department across the United States is one of liars, manipulators, murderers, pedophiles, rapists, domestic abusers. And I'm not saying this. You can go look at it. Look at the truth. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not saying this is to say, based on my opinion, because I dislike the police. I don't dislike the police. I dislike police officers who engage in the type of behavior which I talk about. And not all of them do, but that's most of them. Most of them. Okay? Because we know the good ones don't last. Right? We know the good ones don't last. And that's with anything within the culture or within this society. If you are a good person, you don't last. Okay, particularly if you're black. If you're black and you're a good person because you want what's best for black people and what's right for black people, they'll attack you and they'll use your very own people to do it. And I posted today's Fred Hampton's birthday. Okay, and so quiet on Facebook, right? Haven't seen any post or anything like that. Right? Again, and it shows me the censoring of Facebook. Right? So when people post, and I know my Facebook friends, they're very conscious people. So the fact that I'm not seeing any posts from them about Fred Hampton is just like, wow. So, I started posting some stuff and, I can't share anything on Facebook now. Right? So, it is what it is. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So, after I finished speaking with Pam, she got upset because I reminded her. I said, hey, don't forget, you got to get Alyssa's glasses, and you also got to get her school uniform, her school dress, actually. And she gets upset. I'm like, why do you get upset? I'm just reminding you. I know I don't need you to remind me. And I said, why are you so damn? Your personality is so damn toxic. She's like, well, that's my personality, and that's the way I am. I'm like, and then she hangs up. She yells at me, bye. I'm like, wow. Wow. But again, this is how a lot of our women and men are conditioned. Okay? It is conditioned. And again, how are we going to deal with this issue if we don't want to recognize it? Particularly if our women don't even want to change. We're supposed to accept them in all their toxicity, but you come with a little bit of baggage and they're calling you crazy, they're telling you this and they're telling you that. But yet they want to accept them and all their craziness. And I said, this is, again, black men love black women more than black women love black men. despite the ongoing gender war between black men and black women. And again, it is not our fault. We have to look broader. We have to look at the mitigating factors as to why. You have to look at white supremacy. You have to look, again, I've been posting a lot about cognitive warfare and neurocognitive warfare, right? And menticide. So what they have done is remove all of the pieces within our group, meaning our psychologists, our historians, right? Our anthropologists, our scientists, right? Who want to do good for black people, they have removed them, right? This is why in that video with the white supremacists, harassing these two young black boys, he looks at the camera and he says, "There go y'all engineers," because they know exactly what they've done. So the question is, as we as black people, as well as the Negropeans, you need to come into the realization of what's happening. And religion plays a big part as to why we continue to be abused. We continue to become docile, and we continue to pass on that negative trait of being passive and docile to our children. Right? We are passive and docile to other groups of people. When it comes to each other, we're the opposite. When every other group of people are passive and docile to their group, right? But they're not to us, right? The amount of people that the January 7th insurrection, what they call insurrection, right? They were thousands of people. Okay, not one shot fired. These people stormed the United States Capitol, broke into Congress, and they just let it happen. And if you're a black person, you know in your damn mind that if it was majority black people, right, it would be a bloodbath. It would be a massacre. Just ask yourself that. And even if you're a white person, ask yourself, if these were black people, what do you think that would happen, huh? And be honest with yourself. Okay? Anyhow, talk to you guys in the next video.